what are as a passive investor, you're investing direct into these deals, like you said, what are the things that the investor should be looking, like, what are the things that a layman that doesn't really know the industry, what are the few things like on the checklist for them to kind of go through and vet deal with like low levels of expertise?
Yeah, I would say the same thing you do at pretty much any private placement is first is you need to look at the team, right? You have to, even if you're doing commercial real estate, right? You have to look at the team. If you're looking at someone who's done
yeah. 100%.
If somebody's doing a pitching a self-storage deal, well, do they have experience in self-storage or is this their first or second deal? And they used to do something totally, right? What I'm telling you in oil and gas, this is not self-storage. This is we're drilling holes into it. If the team doesn't have deep oil and gas background, I'm going to tell you right now, pass. Okay. The second thing I will tell you is the thing that nobody wants to do. They don't want to do this at any private placement deals. They don't want to go read a PPM because I get it, because the lawyers make them 200 to 400 pages long and 3/4 of it is BS and doesn't matter. It's all legal disclaimers, but there's always 20 to 40 pages of pertinent information in a PPM that's most important. And what I would tell everybody in that is understanding, I don't care if it's real estate, I don't care if it's oil and gas or whatever it may be, understanding how the sponsor is making money. And how much of that money is up front and does it align with how you make money? In other words, what you don't want to get into, this happens in real estate deals, man, where you see that there is such a promote on the front side of the deal that the reality of it is, even if the project doesn't go well, the sponsor still makes a hefty amount of money.
Yep.
And I personally, as a guy who does a lot of private investing, I will never touch a deal like that. I'll never touch a deal as well if I can't understand how they make. If it's too complicated, and as I'm reading the PPM, I can't figure it out, and or I'm having to follow defined terms from page 4 to page 50 inside a PPM to figure out how their fee structure is, I'm out. If they can't make it simple for me, I'm out.
Yep.
For oil and gas, those are the two most main things I would tell you, because otherwise, if I'm going to tell you to go try and do, I mean, sure, understand whether it's royalties or working interest. And working interest has unbelievable tax benefits when you buy into working interest on new wells. And so that'll be a given in the deal. You're going to get unbelievable tax benefits, but people get lured in by tax benefits and don't realize it's an investment first. But if you think that as an oil and gas person, you're going to go do the due diligence on the project of the type of project they're doing, it's not going to happen. So you're going to have to learn, you're going to have to look at the background, trust the people doing it, that they have the technology and expertise to do it. But then as equally as important is, how are they getting paid? How are they making money?
Yep.
Does it matter the quality of assets they get into? And I see a lot of oil and gas deals. Actually, it's the norm. The most oil and gas deals I see that are out on the street, there are so many fees in the front side that the sponsor is making money regardless of the quality of the project. And that's the kind of stuff I would stay away from.
Yeah, no, that does make a lot of sense.